Good evening. I'm Ashley Gillum, Director of Alumni Relations, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2021 CWU Distinguished Alumni Awards ceremony. Like a lot of things this past year, our ceremony tonight is going to look a little different. You'll see recorded messages from our honorees that have been captured from their home or office. And although we can't be together in person this year, there are still things that will remain true. We'll recognize 13 individuals and celebrate their dedication and service to the CWU Wildcat family. When I take a step back and think about what really makes the award ceremony special, it's the community that brings us together to celebrate. So grab a drink, settle in, and join us for the next hour as we celebrate and toast our friends. Before we begin the 2021 ceremony, let's take a look back at our former award winners from 2020. Congratulations again to our outstanding 2020 Distinguished Alumni Awardees. We hope to see you soon. Now please join me in welcoming CW Alumni Association Board President, Karina Bush.
Thank you, Ashley. It is my pleasure to join you this evening. On behalf of the Alumni Association, I am honored to present the Alumni Trailblazer and Innovator Awards. These awards recognize individuals that have made an impact in the lives of many in their chosen industry. The Alumni Trailblazer Award honors an individual that has caused a systemic change in the workplace and who has paved the way for others to follow. They demonstrate a commitment to giving back to CWU and their community through service and mentorship. We are honored to present this award to John Lane. John graduated with a degree in education in 1970. He went on to teach at Pullman Middle School for his first job, then on to Big Bend Community College and Moses Lake School District. A defining moment in his educational career happened in 1996 when he was the hero and stop-to-school shooter, saving multiple lives at Frontier Junior High. From that heroic action, he was awarded the Carnegie Hero Award and was recognized as the Moses Lake Citizen of the Year. He received numerous other accolades, including the President's Award for the Washington State Retired Teachers Association, and was also in the inaugural class of the Moses Lake High School Hall of Fame. In December of 2010, John was appointed by the governor to Big Bend Board of Trustees, where he is currently serving his third appointed term. John and his wife Carol still reside in Moses Lake. Here's John to accept the Alumni Trailblazer Award.
Thank you very much. My name is John Lane. I'm humbled and honored to receive this award from Central's Alumni Association. I want to tell you a little bit about myself and a little bit about my story. I grew up in Moses Lake, and we had a very large family, but we understood how important college education was. Following high school, I attended Big Bend Community College, mostly because it was close and affordable, and it was a good place to start my post-high school career. From there, I attended 2 quarters at the University of Washington, and then, fortunately, I transferred to Central. That was the best decision I could have made. Enrolling and attending classes at Central was like coming home. I got to know the instructors, the campus was extremely friendly, and welcomed me with open arms. I still have lifelong friends that I met at Central. I graduated in the spring of 1970 and began my career as a teacher and a coach. I worked 31 years in public education as a teacher and later as an administrator. And I also finished up 5 years as a principal of a small Catholic school, which was a neat experience. During my career, I was involved in a tragic shooting. 14-year-old boy came to school armed. He walked into the classroom, began shooting, and he killed a teacher and 2 students. I responded to the noise and ended up in the classroom. I was recognized for rescuing the students in the classroom and apprehending the shooter. This tragic event continues to impact the Moses Lake community especially those who were there that day. From my earliest school days, I've been involved in athletics, student government, and public service. I was on 2 high school state championship wrestling teams. I was a 2-time community college state champion, and I was also a national junior college champion. I was Moses Lake High School senior class president and ASB president at Big Bend. I served on the Moses Lake Park and Recreation Commission, and I was elected to 2 terms on the Moses Lake City Council. I also was a mayor for 2 years. I'm currently in my 10th year as a trustee at Big Bend Community College. I learned at Central how important it is to be involved in your community and to try to make your home a better place. Central is a great university. I would not hesitate to recommend Central for anyone considering where to go. In fact, my wife, my 2 sisters, my 2 daughters, and now 2 of my grandchildren currently attend Central. Central's helped them to reach their career and lifetime goals. I don't think I could have achieved my career successes without the education that I received at Central. And I thank you very much for this award. I'm very honored.
Congratulations, John. The Alumni Innovator Award recognizes an individual who brings innovation and creativity to the workplace via a new idea, perspective, or initiative within the CWU community. This year's recipient is Mackenzie Adams. Mackenzie attended Snohomish High School and graduated in 2014. She then went to CWU, where she earned a degree in early childhood education in 2018. She grew up around teachers in her family and is the oldest of 5 siblings. She had known since she was little she wanted to become a teacher. As a kindergarten teacher at Glenwood Elementary in Lake Stevens, her world changed drastically when she needed to transition from in-person to online learning when the pandemic hit. Having never taught online, she wanted to see what her students were seeing through their screens and began recording herself to watch back her lessons. Adams' teaching TikToks quickly went viral, with her page now having over 8 million likes and 400,000 followers, and one video even getting over 14.2 million views. With this experience also came new opportunities, including being a guest speaker on podcasts, appearing on local news stations, getting to partner with Curriculum Associates, and even being featured in the 2-hour Celebrating America program during Inauguration Day. Here's Mackenzie to accept the 2021 Alumni Innovator Award.
Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you to my friends and family for always supporting me and encouraging me to be the best teacher that I can be. Also, a huge shout out to my coworkers at Glenwood Elementary School. They have taught me so much about being a great teacher, and I would not be here without them. Lastly, thank you to Central Washington University. Receiving this award is such an honor. I went to Central for 4 years, and I went there because of their teaching program. I had an incredible time there, so this award is very close to my heart. This past year has been crazy for all, but I feel extremely fortunate to have this incredible job of teaching and be considered an innovator for online teaching. So thank you very much.
Congratulations, Mackenzie. Now, please join me in welcoming our CWU Alumni Association Vice President, Andrew Mork, while he recognizes our 4 under 40 leadership honorees.
Thank you, Karina. This year, our 4 under 40 honorees continue to demonstrate their leadership through their engagement with Central and within their professions. The recipients of this award are rising stars that have already excelled in their professions and contribute to their communities through their roles as leaders. Our first honoree receiving the 4 under 40 Leadership Award for the College of Arts and Humanities is Sergei Bogza. Sergei Bogza is from Taganrog, Russia, and immigrated to the U.S. in 1995. Upon completing his master's degree in conducting in 2011 from Central Washington University, Sergei moved to Minneapolis to continue his studies. While there, he was named the music director of the Heartland Symphony and Hyperion Singers, and was awarded a doctorate degree in conducting in 2014 from the University of Minnesota. In March of 2016, Sergei became the music director and conductor of the Milliken-Decatur Symphony Orchestra, and has since accomplished 4 consecutive seasons of increased subscription ticket sales, donor engagement, and audience growth, He has been praised for his thoughtful approach to programming, entertaining and engaging pre-concert talks, and is widely credited with fostering the orchestra's exceptional artistic growth. Here's Sergey to accept his 4 Under 40 Leadership Award.
Well, hello all, and it's exciting to receive this award, and I'm proud to forever be part of the Central family. The education I received at Central played a big part in my success, especially the work that I now do in the community. Even though I graduated and earned a doctorate in my field, traveled around the world, won international competitions, and held professionals and academic positions, the community-focused projects that I did as a student at Central continued to shape my approach to making classical music accessible to all. My teacher at the time, Nicholas Kawili, also conducted and still does a number of community orchestras in the area, and seeing how he engaged those that might never attend an orchestra concert gave me the courage to try unconventional approaches in my work. So again, it's an honor to receive this leadership award, and I'm really thankful for my time at Central.
Our next 4 Under 40 Leadership Award is for the College of Business and goes to Brittany Lewis. Brittany earned a degree in accounting in 2011 from Central Washington University. She then went on to complete her MBA in 2018 from the University of Washington, where she served as a leadership fellow in the UW Foster School of Business. Brittany is currently a finance manager at Microsoft. Brittany has served as a mentor in the College of Business Alumni Mentorship Program for the past 2 years and has had outstanding feedback from her mentees. One student mentee attributed Brittany's mentorship as being extremely crucial to the mentee's confidence and career development. Brittany was also featured in the College of Business publication Voyage and has often returned virtually to speak to CWU clubs. This includes the series Beyond Business Tuesday Talks with CB, where she discussed how to navigate constructive and destructive stress with current students. Here's Brittany to accept her award.
Hello everyone, and thank you for this acknowledgement. I am overwhelmed with gratitude to have been selected for one of the 4 Under 40 awards. I am honored to be recognized for my efforts in mentoring future business leaders at Central Washington University and my partnership with the College of Business. This was not something that I accomplished alone, and there are many others who deserve to share in this award. I'd like to thank Central Washington University, the Alumni Relations Office, the College of Business, the selection community, the Alumni Relations Coordinator for the College of Business, Emily Wilson, and the professors who helped me grow into who I am, with a special shout out to Dr. Bill Provoznik. Next, I want to thank my wonderful, ambitious mentees and every student I've ever had the privilege to meet. I also want to thank my husband James for putting up with me stressing about resumes on weekends, and my daughter Lyra, who shines as bright as the stars that gave us her name. Finally, I want to thank my parents Tim and Heidi Skelcher, my fellow alum and sister Haley Nevins, and my best friend and fellow alum Stormy Garrison for their love and support. When I graduated from Central in 2011 at the height of the financial crisis, I felt lost on how to navigate such a complicated situation. I quickly realized I was hardly the only one. My biggest wish had been to have a mentor who could guide me through landing a role and the complicated work issues that I would face throughout my career. I am so thankful to have that privilege to give that opportunity to others while they are in the first kindlings of their careers. I plan on continuing my efforts to mentor the future business leaders at Central Washington University to ensure that no student graduates without someone in their corner for many years to come. I am humbled and appreciative. Thank you.
Our third honoree receiving the 4 Under 40 Leadership Award for the College of Education and Professional Studies is Matt Johnson. Matt graduated from CWU in 2010 with a degree in industrial education. Matt began working at Snohomish High School in 2012 and is currently a manufacturing pathways teacher. Specifically, he teaches classes like Shop Tech, Advanced CAD and CAM, and a makerspace type class called Fab Lab. In the shop, Matt is almost indiscernible from his students, working at the machines and testing materials along with his class, teaching more by example than direction. For 9 years, Matt has been actively involved with the revision and further development with Washington State's Core Plus Aerospace and Advanced Manufacturing curriculum. This has led to a strong partnership with Boeing. He has become a teacher leader in their field, and as well as a trainer and a mentor for educators new to teaching aerospace and advanced manufacturing across Washington. Here's Matt to accept his award.
I'm honored to receive this award. After learning about this recognition, I took some time to reflect on my experience in education at Central and how it's influenced where I am today. You see, when I first started going to Central, I knew I wanted to be a high school teacher, but I didn't have that quite nailed down. I thought maybe I'd wanted to be a high school English teacher. But during my orientation, where I got to tour the facility with my parents, I decided to walk into the Hogue Tech facility. And that is when I happened to meet Scott Callahan, who changed my future forever. He let me know that there was a program that fit my passions, interests, and my desire for career. That was the technology education program. So now that I'm a high school teacher, a career and technical educator, I teach kids what they need to know to have as many opportunities and doors open to them as possible. Fast forward 10 years since graduation, and I still work regularly with Scott Callahan for professional developments and presentations on lab management and on best practices for teaching career and technical education. 2 years ago, I received the Career and Technical Educator of the Year, and I've also been awarded national accolades for teacher excellence. I wanted to take a moment to personally thank Scott Callahan and Bill Catton for their influence then and now that they've had on my career and the choices I've made in my life. Thank you very much.
Our final 440 Leadership Award is for the College of Sciences and goes to Casey Egmeyer. Casey graduated with a degree in sociology in 2014. Years later, PhD in hand, Casey carries her experiences at Central Washington University with her in all of her endeavors. Her time at CWU ingrained a desire to be a part of a supportive, tight-knit community, to rally around one another and to spread the privileges and joys we experience to those without the same opportunities. Casey is currently a quantitative research methodologist at Center for Policing Equity in New York City. The Center for Policing Equity advocates for large-scale and meaningful change in communities around the country using evidence-based approaches to social justice. It is here that Casey analyzes data with the goal of identifying and reducing racial disparities in public safety. Please welcome Casey to accept her award.
I am extremely honored to be receiving one of the 4 Under 40 Alumni Achievement Awards. I am earnestly grateful for the recognition I've received in my career so far, and I look forward to representing Central Washington University in the racial justice work that I do at the Center for Policing Equity and in all other spaces of my career in the years to come. To be recognized as an alumna from the College of the Sciences means so much to me as a sociologist because it means the recognition of sociology as a science. This award to me means that we can go on to be so much more than our grades and our GPAs, and I'm proud to continue to grow in the spirit of Central. By teaching, we learn. There is no other place on earth like Ellensburg, Washington, and no one can convince me otherwise. Central is so special to me because it represents 5 years of growth, independence, failure, and joy, 5 years of questioning the status quo, and 5 years of imagining what life could be like someday. Central is a community of excellence and scientific inquiry. It represents some of the most thoughtful years of my life with access to world-class educators and my most unfailing support system. It is the little moments pieced together that truly define my time at Central. I'm so thankful that I was encouraged to focus on advocacy and social justice education, which is where I truly discovered my strengths. From making a documentary with one of my best friends, Amanda Hodgins, about consent, participating in Denim Day education in the CERC with Dr. Tracy Haggerty Lester, educating Ellensburg high school teachers about how to support their transgender students with Jeffrey Allen Cote, or dressing up as elves and passing out gifts with Kevin Garner and Dr. Pamela McMullen Messier to all of the CERC offices. I have faced several challenges on my journey, but I recognize that each has brought me to this year of life and instilled in me a grace and acceptance of hardships and hurdles. I actually believe that winning this award would not be possible without all of those challenges and would not be possible without the inspiration I have received from my mentors at Central and everyone who has lifted me up along the way. I want to sincerely thank Dr. Pamela McMullen Messier, Dr. Tracy Haggerty Lester, Dr. Judy Hennessy, and Dr. Cynthia Coe, all such spectacular women and all such spectacular academics for supporting me in my earnest search for more knowledge, and for helping me reach this point where I can be proud of my achievements. You helped me rewrite my life story. Thank you.
What an impressive group of young alumni. We look forward to following your continued success. And now let's join Karina as she introduces our next awardee of the evening.
Thank you, Andrew. It is my pleasure to introduce our next award. The Young Philanthropist of the Year Award recognizes an individual who has already made a noteworthy impact on our university or has supported fundraising for a specific major university priority project. Tonight, we honor Sabrina Maria Dominguez. Sabrina earned her degree in business administration with an emphasis on marketing in 2018. Sabrina currently works at Thomas James Homes as their marketing coordinator. Sabrina grew up in Yakima, Washington. Her foster mother instilled in her the importance of giving back and philanthropy from an early age. Sabrina is a huge advocate of giving back to CWU through donations. She's often asked to be a guest speaker for the College of Business, and she continues to instill her love of giving back in hopes of growing CWU's young philanthropy efforts. Here's Sabrina and what the Young Philanthropist of the Year Award means to her.
The student that we attract at Central is a special kind of person. It's a person that we have for a long time says has grit, a person that perhaps didn't have every possible advantage on their way to success, but something inside them causes them to work hard, to achieve, to not take no for an answer, to not accept anything but the absolute best.
I grew up in Yakima, Washington. I was in foster care system from age 2 to 18, but I and my siblings were placed in a really great family that has really just accepted us, and they're still my family to this day. Basically, that's why I am sitting here today, is because they just poured into me. I had really great family support. My whole life, I just heard, Sabrina, you can do whatever you want in this life. You can succeed at whatever you want to do. We'll support you. I just had this entire village around me that were like, okay, we'll make sure you have the resources you need to succeed. So I just had a lot of people not only gave their resources, which were financial, but I had people that gave their time. And so being a young alumni, coming out of college, I was like, okay, maybe I don't have the money right now because student loans, but I do have time. Whether you need me to come speak to a class, I'm more than happy to come to Ellensburg. I'm more than happy to look at resumes or LinkedIn profiles. So that's how I started out, giving time. And then as I've developed into my career, I'm in a place where I can give money, and it's not just Central, but if I wanted to give to the Mission or foster youth programs or something like that, I just felt like whatever stage I'm at in life, I just owe it to people, just kind of as a thank you for all the people that poured into me.
Sabrina is a remarkable young alumni. Early in 2020, right when COVID hit, Sabrina was reaching out to us on social media, and she was asking how she could help and where she could donate to. I think it's incredible. Not many young adults know what philanthropy is, let alone how to get involved in it.
The people who know the need the best, the people who have the love for the institution are our alumni. And so that culture of philanthropy, the giving back, the helping out those who are like them is not just important, it's essential for the success of a university.
I really hope that this shows other alumni, especially young alumni, because they're in that really cool, unique position of being fresh out of college, still navigating their early careers. I really want them to also give back, because in every field, I'm sure there's a need for mentors and people to give their time and their money.
Sabrina is an amazing human being. I am so incredibly proud of her, and I am so proud on behalf of Central Washington University to call her a wildcat. She's gonna go very far in her career.
There are a lot of people like me out there whose lives have been changed by time and resources being poured into them, and everybody's day-to-day actions and contributions they're creating more people to do what I'm doing right now, which is really cool.
Congratulations, Sabrina. Thank you for your continued support of this institution. At this time, I'd like to introduce you to Central's Provost, Michelle Denbesti. Welcome, Provost.
Thank you, Karina. It is an honor to join you on this special evening to recognize our 2021 Distinguished Alumni. These individuals exemplify what it means to be a Wildcat. A university is a community of not only current students, faculty, and staff, but also of all of those who have been with us in classes, at events, and in our broader community. Though I have only been here at Central for a short time, I have already felt a warm Wildcat welcome, and I have been touched by the warmth of our alums and their willingness to participate in the life of Central Washington University. Our community connections allow us to offer additional mentoring to current students, to engage students with alumni, and to offer the expertise of alumni as students begin thinking about their career paths. Alumni support is crucial to Central's success, and the success of our alumni fills us with pride as we watch our students grow into their careers and pursue their passions. Thank you for all that you do, and congratulations on your achievements. To introduce our first honoree, please welcome Dr. Jill Hernandez, Dean of the College of Arts and Humanities.
Good evening. I'm honored to recognize the 2021 Distinguished Alumnus for the College of Arts and Humanities, Brigadier General Myron Debashi. General Debashi came to Central Washington University from the island of Kauai, where he was a fourth-generation Japanese American. At Central, he was a decorated military cadet in the United States Air Force ROTC program. So along with completing a history major and minors in geography and aerospace studies, upon his graduation in 1965, Myron received his commission as a second lieutenant. During his extended active duty commission, then Lieutenant Debashi served a one-year tour of duty in Southeast Asia with the 621st Tactical Control Squadron, Udorn Royal Thai Air Force Base in Thailand. Throughout his time as an active duty officer, he oversaw radio and radio control of USAF air assets, was a master weapons controller with more than 4,000 live intercepts and 1,000 tactical engagements, served as a communications and information officer, and commanded squadrons that ranged from combat communications to fixed and mobile radar duties. The Air Force promoted him to the rank of Brigadier General in October 1999. With more than 33 years as a member of the Hawaii Air National Guard, General Debashi has served in multiple key positions and last served as the Assistant Adjutant General and Commander of the Hawaii Air National Guard. In that role, he oversaw the training and readiness of the Hawaii Air National Guard with an authorized strength of over 2,500 officers and airmen. Not only has General Debashi valiantly led our servicemen and women, he's distinguished himself in his leadership. His major awards and decorations include the Legion of Merit, which awards exceptionally meritorious conduct, the Bronze Star, which denotes heroic achievement, the Air Force Commendation Medal for distinctive service, as well as dozens of others. General Debashi has even twice been the recipient of the Department of Defense Hawaii National Guard Medal for Merit, the highest award available during peacetime. General Debashi retired from military service in 2003 and resides in Hawaii with his wife, Jean. Not only does General Debashi model the United States Air Force's core values, integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all, he also represents the best of the College of Arts and Humanities, someone who is empowered to become an ethically minded, creative, intellectual, and civically engaged leader. Thank you for your service, General Debashi, your leadership, and your excellence. With that, it is my privilege to honor the 2021 Distinguished Alumnus, Brigadier General Myron Debashi. Here he is to accept his award.
Aloha from Kauai. This is truly a surprise, and I am humbled by this recognition to accept the 2021 Distinguished Alumni Award from Central Washington University. I am thankful to my parents who both passed away too young from cancer. They would have been thrilled and proud to witness my successes. My mom's only mainland trip was for my 1965 graduation. I must credit them for supporting the higher education of my younger siblings, Carolyn and Daryl. My parents believed that education was the key to achieving success. I also thank my wife, Jean, for the 50 years and our 3 children, Corey, Kyle, and Jill. Fortunately, all 3 children knew the value of education and all are excelling in their careers. During high school, they were involved in sports, church, and earned their scouting highest rank. My family endured my 24-hour work shifts at the radar site in Kokee. Then they had to cope with my living and working on Oahu for over 10 years. This relocation helped me to achieve higher ranks. I finally decided to retire and return to Kauai for the birth of our first grandson. To all who worked with me, I am forever grateful for your unwavering support. Thank you to the ROTC program for establishing me in a rewarding career in the air defense of Hawaii and of America. Thank you very much as I accept this 2021 Distinguished Alumni Award from Central Washington University. Mahalo and aloha.
Congratulations, General Debashi. Next, please welcome Dr. Jeffrey Stinson, Dean of the College of Business.
Good evening. I am deeply honored to recognize Mr. Ed Dooley as the 2021 Distinguished Alumni for the College of Business. During the most challenging time of his life, Ed made it a top priority to create a $100,000 endowed scholarship to support students in the College of Business. As he approached the last months of his life, Ed worked closely with the College of Business to initiate a combination of gifts to reach this goal, indicating that he wanted to take care of some unfinished business and that he did not have a lot of time to do so. Ed had a great love and passion for Central that was immediately evident when talking to him. His emotion was tangible, even over the phone, as the pandemic prevented meeting in person. Ed credited his alma mater for being a foundation for his success, both in career and life, and wanted to leave a legacy to help future students. Launching out of Central after graduation in 1964, Ed married his college sweetheart, raised 3 boys, served his country for 6 years as an officer for the United States Air Force, and enjoyed an illustrious 33-year career in business, primarily as a corporate controller and financial management expert for companies including Boise Cascade and E&J Gallo Winery. Ed made his final gift and officially signed off on the Ed Dooley Endowed Scholarship on September 11th, 2020. In the spirit of the student he was at Central, he tailored his scholarship to provide an annual award to a hardworking business student carrying a GPA between 2.7 and 3.3. Ed's scholarship is already positively impacting students. The first awardee, Luis Hernandez Talavera, notes that this scholarship is the fulfillment of a lifelong dream, allowing him to complete his college education. I quote, "Throughout my childhood, I worked in the fields with both of my parents. To this day, I still work in agriculture by helping my father manage an apple orchard. This education means a lot to me because it helped me become the first person in my entire family history to attend college. Ed's legacy will live on in students like Luis." Ed passed away peacefully at his home on October 13th, 2020, just 1 month after creating his scholarship. On behalf of the College of Business, thank you, Ed, for supporting CWU, Luis, and all the Dooley Scholarship recipients to come. We are eternally grateful for your generosity. To accept this award on his behalf, please welcome Mr. Todd Dooley.
Thank you. My dad would have loved to be recognized as a 2021 Distinguished Alumni for the College of Business. He talked often about how Central changed his life. He went to college after he failed his physical to enlist in the Marines. He chose Central because a friend of his convinced him to run the mile on the track team. And for anyone who knew my dad, that is hard to fathom. He was admitted to Central because in those days, you just had to graduate high school to go to college. His high school grades were quite bad, as I recall, in the 1.8 range, but a 4.0 in art. As he always said, he never let schoolwork get in the way of his education. At Central, he started out to be a history teacher, and when a class was full, he tried accounting. It was a great fit for him. He was detailed, thorough, and disciplined. He didn't have a clue how to succeed at school, though. He worked hard, but as the first person in his family to attend college, he needed coaching and mentoring. He always talked about how his accounting and economics professors took a personal interest in helping him succeed and setting the foundation to become a CFO. Another reason his grades weren't stellar was he had limited time to study. He worked at JCPenney's on nights, weekends, and holidays, and I'm sure marrying fellow freshman Claudia Dobson before their sophomore year consumed whatever free time he had left. The foundation laid at Central enabled him to be number 2 in his class at Washington State. He always said he was good at getting the important things done. My dad, as a finance leader at Boise Cascade, came back to Central to establish a recruiting program for accounting majors. He led that program for over 15 years. He kept in touch with many of the people he hired and was proud to see their accomplishments and their achievements, and felt like he may have played a small role in helping them get there. He always talked about the most fun he had was taking students out for breakfast in the morning before the interview started. A couple of years ago, he went back for his 50th college reunion. He was so thrilled to go back as a successful alumni, an example to others that you make your own success, that you can only get there with the help of others. My dad's parents could only afford $5 a month to get him through college. And once a month, his dad drove down from Seattle to buy him lunch. My dad always talked about leaving a legacy of helping others, especially those coming from a similar position in life. My dad passed away last November. To his last days, he was so thankful for the help from Dennis and the endowment team to make his dream of creating a legacy for other Central Washington students a reality. I'm proud to accept this award on his behalf and look forward to continuing his legacy.
Congratulations, Dooley family. Introducing our third honoree, please welcome Dr. Kurt Kirstein, Associate Dean of the College of Education and Professional Studies.
On behalf of the College of Education and Professional Studies, it is my honor to award this year's Distinguished Alumni Award to Dr. Mia Williams. Dr. Williams completed her degree and received her teaching certificate from Central Washington University in 1994. From there, she earned an MED of Educational Leadership and Policy Studies and Principal Credentials from the University of Washington, and then went on to complete her doctorate in June of 2018. For almost 3 decades, Dr. Williams has led transformational change in Seattle public schools. Under Dr. Williams' leadership, students' social, emotional, and academic success have increased dramatically. As a principal, her school's student-centered approach and innovative programs focused on African American male achievement have become a model for others in Seattle and nationally, including being invited as a panelist and guest at the White House's Summit on the My Brother's Keeper initiative. Dr. Williams currently serves as Chief of the Office of African American Male Achievement for Seattle Public Schools. Superintendent Denise Junot says Mia is the perfect person to lead this office, and I'm excited about what is next for African American students and their families. Dr. Williams' work to support the brilliance and excellence of Black boys and teens and her commitment to educational justice have been consistently recognized. Please welcome Dr. Mia Williams to accept her award.
Thank you for this tremendous honor. Central holds a big part of my heart. It has been the foundation to my career, getting to be in my dream jobs, moving from a teacher to an assistant principal to a principal, and now as the chief of the Office of African American Male Achievement. Over the years, I've had friends that I'm still friends with, professors that I'm still in contact with. I had many opportunities when I was at Central, getting to represent Central in Florida as a part of the National DECA Conference. I think about all the ways that it really has been fabric of my leadership in my educational world. I hope that all the opportunities that I have is what I give to my students every day, and I try to give to the community from the opportunities that I had at Central that has propelled me here. So I just want to, again, thank Central for this honor, and just, again, thank you for being the bedrock to my career. And I just always talk about how I'm going to give my keys away to someone else. And I tell I would call our Black males kings, and I tell them that I'm going to work myself out of a job because they're going to be taken over soon. And so, and Central Washington gave me that privilege of having the opportunity to be an educator. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dr. Williams. Lastly, please welcome Dr. Tim England, Dean of the College of the Sciences.
Good evening. Dr. Joseph Stoltman, a 1962 graduate of the CWU Geography Department, is a University Distinguished Scholar and longtime professor in the Geography Department at Western Michigan University. For more than 3 decades, he has immersed himself in geographic education. He has authored more than 100 professional papers and is the author or editor of more than a dozen texts or teaching manuals ranging in content from the assessment of geographic teaching to the improvement of instruction in the geography classroom to the very definition of exemplary teaching practice. He's covered a range from the primary grades all the way up through undergraduate and postgraduate studies. In addition to his long career in Michigan, he has had an impact right here at his alma mater, Central Washington University. Joe frequently attends professional conferences, and on more than one occasion, he has been observed providing feedback to CWU students in conference sessions. The fact that he makes the time and takes the effort to seek out CWU students at conferences speaks to his character and his desire to give back. He is also the founder of the Joseph P. and Jillian A. Stoltman Scholarship in the College of the Sciences for students studying geography and resource management. It is my honor to introduce Dr. Joseph Stoltman as CWU's Distinguished Alumni of the Year. He is the exemplification of what we want our alumni to be: caring, hardworking, dedicated to lifelong learning, and willing to give back. Tonight we honor his lifetime achievements, and we thank him for continuing to support students everywhere in their future endeavors. Please enjoy this video as we honor our Distinguished Alumni of the Year, Dr. Joseph Stoltman.
I was raised on a small cattle ranch north of Ellensburg, and that was a community that was closely knit and was very much attached to the land, and that's what really sparked my interest in geography. I always look at Central as being the launching pad for me to further this deep passion for geography, the study of geography. The geography department that I studied in 1958 through 1962 had 3 professors, Katz, Jackie Beck, and Funderburk, and they made a lasting impression on me.
Dr. Stoltman really exemplifies what CWU is all about. He's a lifelong learner and has a drive and a passion for what he does. He really believes strongly in geographic education and in science education in general. I think his career exemplifies what's possible at CWU. You can get a phenomenal education here, and he went from CWU to the University of Chicago, one of the most elite universities in the world. And it's just a reminder that Central is not only a great educational experience, but it can be a launching pad for anything.
When I went to the university beginning in 1958 through 1962, it wasn't very expensive. Nowadays especially, education is expensive, and 50 years on the faculty at a university has made me very aware of the costs that students endure as they go through an undergraduate education. And so Jillian and I made the commitment that one thing we could do would be to help reduce the burden on students. We want students to be able to exit the university with a degree and not a lot of debt. And second, we want students to exit the university with a feeling that something special was done for them. And our hope is that at some point in the future, that student will look back and say, I was helped out. Maybe it's time that I considered helping some student who's at the university now.
All of our college experiences were enhanced by people paying it forward. The contributions he's made to our department have helped students so much. And it's really beyond that, his contributions in his long career that are so impactful.
To the hundreds plus articles you've written, to the improvements you have made to education in the sciences in general, and to geography in particular, and to the literally tens of thousands of lives that you've improved, I say congratulations and thank you for being who you are.
It's an award that I'll cherish for the remainder of my days, and with my retirement, it really caps off a long career that I've had in geography and in higher education. I look upon it as really the capstone. No finer capstone could one have than an award like that from their undergraduate institution.
Congratulations, Dr. Stoltman. What an impressive group of alumni. We look forward to following your continued success, and thank you for your dedication to this university and for showing us what it means to be a true Wildcat. Introducing our final award of the evening, please welcome Rick Paradis, Vice President of University Advancement.
Thank you, Provost Dembesti. I am so happy to be here tonight and to have the honor of announcing our Philanthropist of the Year, Dave Haverlow and Peggy Basler McNutt. Please enjoy this short video as we share our appreciation for what Dave and Peggy have done for Central Washington University.
Dave Haverlow and Peggy McNutt are truly outstanding, special people.
People that have a ton of passion for Central Washington University and continue to give back in so many ways, not only financially, but Peggy, for instance, is on our Wildcat Athletic Association Board of Directors. What they do at all of our home games, the tailgate experience they provide, and they bring other people with them. That's what's great. They've spread their passion. It's become infectious with other people.
Their whole life has really been in service. We are not the only people that they give their time, their energy, and their money to. They support their local communities. They support youth activities. They are just caring, loving individuals. That's why I'm so proud that they are the recipients of this award.
Looking back on it, had I not made the choice to go to Central, I don't know how my life would have turned out or where I would have gone. So that's why I feel a heavy indebtedness to Central Washington University, because of the way it helped mold me and shape me and affect my way of thinking and my daily approach.
Dave got his opportunity out of Central, there's no question, but he could have gone to a lot of universities. He picked his hometown school, where I think he felt comfortable, I think he felt supported, and of course he was a standout. We've retired his number, one of only 2 baseball numbers ever retired.
I have more fond memories of being on campus and people I met than any of my major league careers. I can tell you probably more about my college career than I can my professional career.
Every Central student, regardless of their pursuit, should have the best experience that we can possibly give them. We had fallen short of that on our athletic facilities. We had not made investments, some of them for 50 years.
Phase 1 of the Wildcat Commons project was a remodel of Tomlinson Stadium. It needed it for sure, and part of what we wanted to do is create as much utility out of that stadium as possible.
Dave was one of the early listeners and embraced it, really, and made a very early leadership commitment of, I think at the time, was the largest single gift to athletics.
He just said, absolutely, there's nothing second class about playing at Central Washington University at all. The work is the same, and the experience should be the same.
I could see, if all this fell into place like they wanted it to, that it was going to put Central athletics, a place to be proud to go and play and earn that degree, because they had a vision.
We wouldn't be where we are philanthropically, I don't believe, if Dave Haverlow hadn't really led the way.
My mom and dad have always said, work hard, and if you do work hard and put in the effort, good things will happen. And obviously, it has evolved into good things for us to be able to give something back to Central and then to still be associated with Central after all these years.
I hope everybody looks back at where they've been and
can say thank you, whether it's your elementary school teacher, your high school coach, or people at your university or college, and realize that we wouldn't be who we are today if we hadn't had all those things.
Dave and Peggy, congratulations, but thank you so much for all you do for Central Washington University and the future of Wildcat athletics.
Thank you, Peggy. Thank you, David, for everything. And Peggy, I'd like to, say a special thanks to you for your engagement with the Alumni Association and their activities over in Moses Lake. We're modeling our other regional leaders in that program around you.
Your presence at Central Washington University, your spirit that you give to us, to our students, to our athletes, to our future teachers, people like you cannot be replaced and cannot be overappreciated. You are the best.
Thank you, Dave and Peggy, for your unwavering commitment to Central Washington University. We are so grateful for your support. And now, a few words from Central Washington University's president, James Gaudino.
This has been a wonderful program. My only regret is that we are not doing this face-to-face in the Student Union Rec Center ballroom or in Sue Lombard, and we've not had a chance to share a meal with one another and get a chance to talk. And for those who I don't know personally, but Katie and I really missed the opportunity to have spent that evening with you. But we did not want to miss this opportunity to congratulate each and every one of you on this wonderful accomplishment. You are, we think every Wildcat alumni, the entire group of alumni, is a distinguished group of people because they get to wear the badge of the Wildcat. But you are the best among the best. You have really been entered into the Central Washington University Hall of Fame. And we have selected you, and not just for what you've accomplished, but for the person that you are. You embody what it means to be a Central University alumnus. You are part of the Wildcat family, and what does that mean? Wildcats are individuals who came to Central to better themselves, to improve themselves, and hard work has never been something that a Wildcat has shied away from. And we've taken that energy and that ambition and drive that you bring to this campus, and we tried to marry that with an outstanding faculty and staff who dedicate themselves to helping make you successful. And you all are an embodiment of the value of that experience. And you tell us each spring through your achievements that Central Washington University is alive and well, and that what we do is meaningful. And for all of you, one of the reasons you've been selected is because you continue to give. You continue that spirit in the lives that you lead. So not only are you successful, but you're wonderful people. And I have to tell you, I will miss this event. I am stepping away from the presidency at the end of this year, and we'll be welcoming in a new president, Dr. James Wolpert, and his wife Sasha, and I know you'll give them every bit of the support and the commitment that you have given me. But each spring is this event where we get to see you come back and we get to recognize you. Really is one of the highlights of the year. So I'll miss it. Some of you I know well, and I know will remain friends. Others I don't know as well, and I hope to stay in contact with you even in my retirement years. So congratulations to all of you Wildcats, and go Cats.
Thank you, President Gaudino. Congratulations again to this extraordinary group of alumni. Thank you for all you do to represent the Wildcat Nation. We know you'll continue to engage with your alma mater and inspire the next generation of Wildcats. Lastly, this program would not have been possible without the hard work of our staff and supporters behind the scenes. We truly appreciate your time, effort, and dedication to make this program a success. Thank you again for joining us this evening. Go Wildcats!